It's time for the absolutely... I'm on my way! Completely! I'm almost there! Random! Why are there so many stairs? Podcast! Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the absolutely, completely random podcast for Saturday, February 27th, 2021. The last Saturday of the month. 2 months in, 10 more to go. All right. Oh, well, it could be worse. Anyway, what topics do I got this week? Well, I'm going to talk about Daft Punk finally calling it quits after 28 years. And honestly, this one's heartbreaking, but I can understand it. I mean, hell, I was mesmerized by Interstellar 5555 and the Discovery album, which basically was the music for that. Holy crap. I mean, Daft Punk did a lot of good stuff. McDonald's is having a Demon Slayer collaboration tie-in, and oh boy, there's going to be some goodies coming to the Happy Meals. They're going to be a lot more happier. Oh, yes. Well, in Japan, anyway. We won't see those here. Believe it or not, an incredibly rare Sega arcade game was found rotting in a landfill. Or in a field, or it's just rotting away, basically. Holy crap, that's impressive. And speaking of impressive, an open-world Pokemon game has been announced. That's right, an open-world Pokemon game. I can't wait to talk about this. Oh yes, all this and more this week on the absolutely, completely random podcast. But you know what? Before we get any further into this, you know Song and Dance, I'm sure you do. ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Got a wide variety of crap for sale. From trading cards to DVDs, some video games, you name it, one person's trash is another person's treasure. Because remember, a holiday, a birthday, those things are always around the corner. Everybody in the world has a birthday, even you. So believe it or not, somebody might want to get you something. And if you see something that you like, well, drop a little hint, or just swing by and say hi, check out what I have, because one person's trash is another person's treasure. And believe me, I have a lot of stuff that could easily become your treasures. I mean, it's on eBay, the worldwide garage sale of things you can just love to enjoy. Where else can you find crap like a Farrah Fawcett poster and a Kleenex that was used by Dr. Dre and an old Shatner toupee? Hell, there's a lot of crap on there, even old Star Trek stuff, there's stuff for nerds, stuff for not nerds. There's food and other things on eBay. You can find everything there. The massive worldwide garage sale. Right? I think it's more like a worldwide flea market. But anyway, come on over to eBay and check out my page. That's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. You can also follow me while you're on the World Wide Web anyway, over on Twitter at Otaku Roads. That's at OTAKURHOADS over on Twitter. That's my actual Twitter accounts. You can come over, say hi, shoot the shit. I'm usually always there. You can also head on over to Facebook and check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. And while you're here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because, hey, comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Liking the video makes me feel good, and comments I love reading. No, seriously, I really do like reading the comments. And when you subscribe, you get to know when new videos drop from yours truly, because how much better could the world be if I was not creating content that people liked? Well, okay, it would still be moving in the general direction and not really much would change, but it's the principle of the thing, basically. But anyway, yeah, check me out over on Twitter, check out my eBay page, check out the Facebook page, like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and let's dive in, shall we? Alright, so this is the part where, how'd your week go, Andrew? Actually kind of interesting. So, they were, let's see, I think it was, it was Tuesday. So they were calling for crap during the week, snow-wise again, which we got some. It was like Monday, they were calling for snow. Yeah, we got snow. Last week, you all remember I ended up getting the day off from work. It was actually a good call, because the roadway was a sheet of ice come the early morning, so that was fun. Finished watching the Rockford Files this week that were up on the Roku channel. I had the first 2 seasons on DVD. And yeah, I'm like, this was not a bad week, basically. It was, dull, boring, easy stuff to do. But then come Friday. Friday was okay, work, run some errands, pay some bills, all that fun jazz. Come home, relax, or at least try to. And then the best part. Friday afternoon, Clever Dick Films. And I want to give him a massive shout out because he did a really good job with these videos, and I don't think he gets the love that he deserves for them. He really does do a good job. So there's a channel called Clever Dick Films, and he puts out parts for Doctor Who. He basically talks about the series and a review and analysis of the series. He started off with number one, which was basically, part one of his series was like the overview of Doctor Who. Then he went into each of the Doctors, like the first, second, third, and so on down the line. And this past Friday, so yesterday, my favorite Doctor, the 10th Doctor, was the subject du jour in part 11. And oh man, did I learn a lot. Now, granted, okay, I started out with Doctor Who with Series 3. And that was the one with Martha Jones, played by Freya Agyeman. That's where I started at, because when my mom and I had to go pick up my grandmother's prescription back in 2015, in August, I had some birthday money that I was given, so I'm like, oh, let me go check the DVD section here. And I found them sitting there, and I'm like, holy crap, there's 2 Doctor Who. I'm like, sweet Doctor Who. I had actually planned to buy it, turn it, and burn it. I thought, oh, let me buy it, I'll put it up on eBay, I could probably make a couple bucks. And then after a little bit on eBay, I'm like, I really want to watch this. And I'm kind of glad I did. I instantly fell in love with it. It actually made me track down the 4th season, or the 4th series, I should say series, not seasons. The 4th series, the 2nd series, and the specials, because I basically, the 10th Doctor was my favorite. I'm sorry. It really was. He was my favorite of the Doctors. And I watched, I have some personal favorites, like Voyage of the Damned, for starters, is one of my favorites. I just love that one. Gridlock's a good one. Creepy as all hell, but still good. There's The End of Time. Very good one. The specials are okay. I didn't like The Water of Mars, but then again, it's one of those take it or leave it sort of deals. And there's only one episode of the entire David Tennant era that I have not watched. I saw like 3 clips of it while I was waiting for that series to come, as my friend ordered it for me. When I was waiting for that to come, it's like, I'm not going to pull this one up yet. I'm not going to pull this one up yet. I'm not going to pull this one up yet. It's like, I'm not trying to not watch spoilers of it. And I ended up seeing a couple clips for it, and I'm like, nope, I'm not going to watch it. It's mostly because it's heartbreaking how it ends. That's the clip that I saw, is how it ends. And I'm like, okay, I know how it ends. I don't want to see what led to this. And it's called The Girl in the Fireplace. It is the only one that I have not watched. And honest to God, it really is. I have watched every other Doctor Who episode from the David Tennant era. I have not watched at all The Girl in the Fireplace. And I mean, I love the 10th Doctor is my favorite. Hands down, my favorite Doctor is the 10th. Then my least favorite is the 11th, and that'll be the next part that he'll come out with, will be the 11th Doctor. I was not a fan of Matt Smith. I'm sorry. I really wasn't, because I told my mom and I told my friend, I'm like, yeah, I said I own the entire David Tennant era of Doctor Who on DVD. I'm like, the only one I don't own that he was in is The Day of the Doctor, and the only reason why I would get that is if I want to be anal about it. And I'm like, as much as I would really want it, just to have it and say that I have every single David Tennant Doctor Who thing, it's mostly the fact that I just don't want to have Matt Smith poisoning my collection. I'm sorry. It's just, I'm like, it would be nice, but I don't want to have it. He's in it, and no, but it's got the 10th Doctor, but I'm kind of like, yeah. But, oh man, I was so happy. So I want to give a shout out to Clever Dick Films. You did a really good job on that. If you want to check it out, I highly recommend it. Check out his channel. It literally is Clever Dick Films. It's exactly what it is on YouTube. I will try to remember to leave a link in the description. If not, check out my Twitter page, because I did share the video up on my Twitter page, so you can go check it out there. But yeah, I highly recommend it. Plus, if you're a fan of Doctor Who and you'd like to learn a little bit more, that's a great place to go. I mean, he really does some in-depth research on there. I did not realize how badly they screwed Colin Baker over as the Sixth Doctor. I did not realize that Doctor Who actually had gotten canceled before it was inevitably canceled after the Sylvester McCoy era. I didn't know that. I mean, I had heard rumor, but I didn't know it actually, the reasoning for it. I didn't know a lot of the stuff that was going on, like behind the scenes. You learned a lot from this, including including some information about a really crappy special that even I have to admit they would have pulled that shit nowadays. Holy God, I don't think anybody would survive that. But yeah, if you're a fan of Doctor Who and you want to learn some more, check out Clever Dick Films. But yeah, he did a great job. Seriously, but yeah, I just want to give that a shout out. I thought that was a really great video. I watched that this week. Just some other stuff that I ended up watching. So, yep, that's all in all. It's been an okay week. Regular, dull, boring, but hey, not every week can be exciting. All right, so on Monday, this massive bombshell just kind of got dropped in our laps. When Daft Punk released an explosive video, it indicated the end of their decades-long collaboration. And honestly, it was iconic. I actually watched the video. It's titled Epilogue. Oh my God, is it freaking good. It definitely summed it all up. But basically, they're retiring. They're calling it quits after 28 years. From 1993 to 2021, they're calling it quits. And honestly, I want to say this right here, right now, before I go any further into this. If it was not for Daft Punk, I would honestly have not gotten into Interstellar 5555. I would never have enjoyed that. Because I ended up seeing their song One More Time played on MTV like years ago. And I remember I was watching a car chase on a news channel. I'm channel surfing and I come across 4 blue-skinned people singing One More Time. And I'm like, what the hell is this? It's really cool. Then Toonami did a Midnight Run special where they played like a whole bunch of music. We had like 4 songs from Gorillaz, which honestly was the first introduction for me for Gorillaz too. Some weird claymation type one. And all of these I finally found the playlist on YouTube of it, so it does exist out there again, which is cool because it was really interesting. But they had 4 of the Daft Punk songs, and they had the 4 from the Discovery album, the first 4 songs. You had One More Time, Aerodynamic, Digital Love, and Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. I love the Discovery album. I remember I bought it. It was Thanksgiving. I was at tech school, and my buddy and I, like just before Thanksgiving, and my buddy and I are walking around the FYE, and I'm like, oh yeah, I said, I'm going to pick up this Daft Punk CD. I said, and walk up to GameStop, then find like a game or something to play over the weekend because I'm going to be freaking bored out of my mind because we didn't have to be back in class till like the first week of December. It's like the middle of the first week of December. We didn't have to be back. And I'm like, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm like, yeah, figure out something to do, not be bored. So I pick up the Discovery album, and he's like, let me hear this crap before you before you buy it. So he goes over to one of their portable things, scans the CD, and he's like, what the hell? This is music like you hear at a fucking strip club. I will never forget that as I was laughing. But I loved the song. I loved the Discovery album. In fact, I still have it. I still have my CD of it yet. It's in my collection of my other CDs. I mean, I have a 6 CD that I paid I think it was like under $2 for it, or right about $2 or under $2, and I love that. It's their greatest hits. It's got all my favorites on it. It's a Styx STYX CD. But yeah, I have like a whole bunch of CDs yet that they are my all-time favorite CDs, and I'm just like, I'm never going to get rid of these. They're my favorites. And Discovery is still in there. It is my all-time favorite CDs, my favorite Daft Punk album. Now, yes, they have made other stuff other than that, and I have listened to a couple other things, but for me, Discovery is always going to be the end-all, beat-all of, the Daft Punk music for me. That was what got me started into it. It's almost like the first time you ever hear, like, a musician, and you hear, like, their old work, and then you listen to some of their newer work, it's like, yeah, I really like the older stuff better. Well, for me, it's like, yeah, I like the other music too, but this is the one that just takes me back to the time when, I actually was having a little bit more fun. I was like really enjoying myself. So it gives me that nice little nostalgia trip, and it fills me with the dopamine that I kind of want to have to just kind of relax. It gives me that lovely little calming sensation, and I'm enjoying that. But anyway, Daft Punk decided after 28 years that they're calling it quits. And honestly, they've earned it. I'm not gonna lie, they fucking earned it, and 100%. I'm not really hard. I mean, I'm upset by it, but it's understandable. I mean, you did this for 28 years. I mean, you cannot expect a musician to keep going for eternity and a half. I mean, hell, look at Elton John. I think he's retired now, or at least, no, I think he's retired. He did a farewell tour. There's like a bunch of musicians, they just, eventually they stop. They can't keep doing it anymore. But of course, Daft Punk definitely got a lot of attention with, like I said, Interstellar 5555, the story of the Secret Star System, because that was a love letter not only to music, but in a way to anime. And it was honestly, for me, beautiful. I mean, it took me so long to track the damn thing down. It was that hard to find. I mean, I was looking like at video stores like FYE. I'm checking Targets, Walmarts. I'm looking online. I'm checking YouTube. I am looking everywhere to try to find this thing, and it took me years to finally track it down on eBay that I could actually get it, and it wasn't like beat to hell. And oh my god, it's good. I mean, it really is, and it's just amazing. But the video that Daft Punk put up, though, epilogue, basically has the duo meeting out in the desert. The one, and do not ask me who's who, and I have never been able to figure that out. But basically, they're meeting up out in the desert, and the one kind of like turns around. I don't know if it's showing like a battery pack that's kind of running on empty, which kind of is what it looked like to me, but I could be wrong. And the other one just kind of like sets up a little device on him, walks off into the distance, and then boom! And then you just have this like haunting overture of like some singing, and I'm just like, oh my god. It was just chilling, but in a way so beautiful. But they could not have picked a better collaboration partner, though, than Leiji Matsumoto, the creator known for the legendary series like Galaxy Express 999, Captain Harlock, and Battleship Yamato. Interstellar 5555 made so many elements that it was great. It was a brave space hero, for one, the in-person space pilot, Shep. Yeah, because Shep was the one that was called upon to rescue the Crescendals, but he ended up, spoiler by the way, if you haven't been able to find a copy to watch or anything, he dies. But he dies saving them. And his spirit manages to save them one more time as well, which ironically ties into the damn opening song and ending song one more time. But then the whole thing, what kind of kills it for me in a way, like the ending, is, and I appreciate it, I really do, but it's all a kid's imagination. The kid's playing with his little dolls and kind of like imagine the entire thing, and I'm like, oh, I hate when they do that, or something's like really good. It's like, this could have never happened. It kind of bothers me, but with this one, it bugged me, but not in the long stretch of the thing. Not in the long stretch, I guess you could say, but it wasn't bad. But basically, the Crescendals, they're an alien band that got brainwashed by an evil musician master down on Earth, whose main goal is to gather a whole crap ton of gold records to create some tower of whatever the hell it is. The sad part is I could never figure it out. I really couldn't. I tried, I could never figure it out. But there is that. But basically, it's sci-fi meets industry, music. I mean, Daft Punk even made an appearance in the damn movie. And because each one of the songs, there's a music video for it, and it's basically every single music video from the Discovery album is Interstellar 5555. So that's really cool. But there's one where you can literally see Daft Punk sitting there in the audience of people at this awards ceremony, and they're sitting there because they were nominated, but they didn't win. The Crescendos were going to get it, and it's like, I'm just looking at this like, holy shit, this is impressive, and I'm like, damn. But this is a really cool album. It was a good movie, and Daft Punk was amazing. And the fact that they're retiring after, like I said, 28 years, it's just, it really was. They did a lot, and they have earned. First off, they're going out on the highest notes you could possibly go out on, because you will have fans that years from now will find your music, and they will look at this and go, who were these guys? And they'll go, well, that's Daft Punk. Daft Punk really brought a lot to the table, and it's something that they will never be able to have that die. That will never die. For them, it will always be there. They will always be Daft Punk. And like years from now, like generations from now, someone will find a copy of Interstellar 5555, and they will look at this and go, well, who the hell was Daft Punk? And they'll do research, they'll find it, and that could inspire somebody. What Daft Punk has done could inspire somebody to start up an entirely, new genre of music, or that could, create something to follow in their footsteps. You don't know. But they are going out on the highest note, definitely. But of course, Daft Punk were the real stars of that movie, as it plays out to the tune of their album Discovery, which is my favorite album. For so many anime fans, this is how tunes like Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger first came to our attention. Well, for me, definitely, because I remember Toonami's like, and we're going to be introducing the 4 new hits from Daft Punk, including the world premiere of Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. And I remember taping that, literally taping it on VHS. And I was watching it, like, I watched it when it premiered, and then I'm watching it the next day, and I'm like, I love this. And my mom was watching it, she's like, what the hell? It's like, what is this? I'm like, it's Daft Punk. And it's just so damn good. But yeah, it's really great. It's really, I love it. It's just, it's sad that they're calling it quits, but like I said, I understand it. And they have more than earned it. And I will never forget Daft Punk for this. Interstellar 5555 is my all-time favorite. And the sad part is, I'm not a huge fan of musicals, and this is one that I will watch 1,000 times. Because it's literally just the Discovery album with images. That is it. And it's like 84 minutes long. I will always love this. And Daft Punk did a great job with the music. Their music is just beautiful. It really is. And as sad as it is that they're calling it quits, like I said, they have more than earned it. They really have. So I'd like to thank you. I know I'm not alone in this, but thank you, Daft Punk, for bringing the music that you brought for so many years. 28 years worth of music. Thank you so much for bringing it to everybody. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. Enjoy your retirement. You have more than earned it. You really have. I'm not going to lie. You have more than earned it. You are going out as legends. Not as a wannabe, not as a one-hit wonder. You are going out as legends. And you could never ask for anything better. And I guarantee you, years from now, generations from now, people will listen to your music and they will go, this is Daft Punk. And someone will go, this is amazing. And you will inspire people, and your music will bring people together. And you should, honestly, hold your heads up high and remember that. Never forget that. Because your music is going to inspire somebody down the road. I can guarantee that. You did a great job, Daft Punk. Thank you for 28 years of wonderful, wonderful music. Thank you so much. And like I said, enjoy your retirement. You've more than earned it. You really have. Alright, when you think anime, you obviously think sponsors and plot and unique stories and stuff like that. However, you definitely have to think endorsements. Well, in this case, you got to think of McDonald's, because Demon Slayer is going to be having a lot of goodies added to the Happy Meals lately. Well, at least in Japan, anyway. McDonald's Japan is going to be adding Demon Slayer goodies to Happy Meals. Oh, it's really going to be a Happy Meal now, huh? So basically, at this point, if you go anywhere in Japan, you're getting Demon Slayer shoved up your ass. Up, down, left, right, and sideways. It is the hottest thing since sliced bread. Oh, yes, this is amazing. You thought those rice cookers that they sell were impressive? Oh, no, Demon Slayer is where it's at right now. Well, anyway, Japan is going to have some kind of Demon Slayer collectible, and that includes McDonald's Happy Meals. Before revealing the contents, though, McDonald's Japan made this not so suitable hint as to what's to come, courtesy of their Twitter page, which is basically just a black and white checkered background. I'm not going to try to translate it, so no. But it didn't take long, though, for the sorry about that, for the Nezuko got out of the bag. Starting March 5th, folks who pick up Happy Meals will get a set of Demon Slayer stickers that feature some of the core cast members, decked out like McDonald's employees. You know, for when they need some little extra spending money, they can go to McDonald's, because they're loving it. I'm sorry, it's just too good. I'm sorry. This includes Tanjiro as a crew member, Nezuko as a hospitality leader. Oh, Lord. Zenitsu as a McCafe barista. Inosuke as a delivery driver. Delivery driver? They get delivery drivers for this shit in Japan? What the hell? Why can't we get that crap here? Oh, never mind. We have Grubhub. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, we have. Never mind. And Kiyu and Shinobu as managers. It seems like they pretty much nailed it, though, I guess, according to the article. And oh yeah, this is really cute and oh, it's just cute and adorable. But the hell, they got delivery drivers in Japan for McDonald's? What the hell? I want a delivery driver. What the hell? That ain't fair. Then again, like I said, we have Grubhub, so that doesn't exactly help. In addition, though, to the McD's worker stickers, the sticker sets also feature other characters and scenes from the anime. Those hungry for a Happy Meal can also opt for a, oh god, this is going to be good, Tropical Rouge Precure instead. Yeah, okay. Basically, if you want to collect some Demon Slayer stuff, you live in Japan, and you plan on taking a trip to your local McDonald's or having it delivered to you, you can order a Happy Meal. You can feel happy, and you can have some Demon Slayer stuff at the same time. As for me, I don't live in Japan. I get the feeling that if I try to order a Happy Meal, I'm going to be put onto an FBI watch list. And as much as I would love to be happy going to a McDonald's again, I would probably just order what I usually order, which is either a double quarter pounder with cheese or frickin' chicken nuggets. Or a cheeseburger, like the double cheeseburger. So I either get a double quarter pounder, a double cheeseburger, or some chicken nuggets. I'm not exactly gonna stand in line and go, I'd like a Happy Meal, please. I don't see that ending well for me. I mean, I know over here, because there's been like a lot of the Pokemon cards and that they were giving out in Happy Meals, and those things have been selling like fucking crazy over here. Up, down, left, right, and sideways. People have been having a hard. They've been having a hard time keeping those things in stock, from what I heard. So that's whew, yeah, that's huge. They have been having like this massive ability just not be able to have them. So you figure this is over in Japan though, so yeah, there's gonna be a lot of these things will probably sell out. I mean, look how popular Demon Slayer is. It just outbeat Spirited Away as the #1 grossing film. It's royally whooping ass and taking names. So of course this thing's gonna sell like fucking crazy. I mean, I hope they have enough to meet demand. I really do, because at this point you're looking at a shit ton of money coming in. But remember, if you don't have the supply to meet the demand, you're gonna be left with egg on your face. That's economics 101. But either way, it's just kind of interesting. But of course, only in Japan. Well, let me put it this way. Only in Japan can you pick these up. Give it about 2 weeks, I guarantee you will find them on eBay at exaggerated prices. Oh, you want the whole set? It'll probably be about $400 starting bid. The sad part is I wouldn't doubt that either, because there are a lot of people that will buy this crap. No offense. They'll buy this. I shouldn't have said crap. They'll buy this stuff, and they will literally just put it all up on eBay. I mean, you know how much that old Inspector Gadget, the whole Inspector Gadget's going for? That was released in the U.S. McDonald's like years ago. The tie-in with the first movie. Holy crap. And my mom and I tried our damnedest to get every single part. We got every single part. It was a difficult chance at that. I mean, so we had to figure out which McDonald's was like behind the other ones. And it's like, oh crap, we missed one. All right, hold on. We're going to go down to the other one quick. Got to get this other part. And it's like, yep, they have the other part here. Woo! All right, we're good. Yeah, I mean, I had the whole thing. Don't ask me. I mean, do you still have it now? No. It's kind of sadly admit the ravages of time. Wish I would still have it, though. That thing would have sold pretty well. But yeah, it's just one of those massive, what the hell type of deals here. But yep, everything just kind of, it just goes with the flow, I guess. It goes with the, goes with the rhythm of its own drum and stuff like that. But yeah, these will find their fucking way on eBay. I will guarantee money on it. It will be on eBay. People will be buying these off of eBay, and that will be the end of that. I'm not even joking. That's going to be on eBay in like a freaking week. Somebody will have a way to get all 5 of them, and they will put them all up on eBay, one giant lot, and it's going to have like a starting price of $400 American. Watch. I bet good money on this. I would not deny it in a minute. Because somebody's going to buy these and turn and burn them. In a heartbeat, they'll turn and burn these things. And the sad part is you can't look at them and say, well, that's horrible, because, hey, that's business. That is honestly how business works. You get something, you turn and burn. It isn't you just keep it going one direction. No, you turn and burn. And you get something like that, you turn it, you burn it. And that's how it works, folks. But, yeah, either way, this is still interesting nonetheless. So, definitely, I'm interested, but I don't live over in Japan. Wish I did. But, yeah, I do. I wish I did. But yeah, I don't live over in Japan, so I cannot participate in this. I cannot take part in this. But I guarantee you someone will buy these off of eBay. I know they will. I could guarantee it. So an incredibly rare Sega arcade game cabinet has kind of found its way into the limelight. So, and I want to start off with, this thing is pretty badass and cool. And it's been rotting in a farm, or just outside of a farm, apparently. Where is it, in Ireland? Yeah, it's been literally rotting outside of a farm. And it's kind of sad. But Sega's R360, perhaps the most bombastic example of the company's arcade 1980s arcade flex cabinet that only supported 2 games, and of which only 200 units were ever made. And this baby's rare as hell. The 2 games were 1990's G-Lock Air Battle, followed by Wing War in 1994. While most of the surviving R360s are being preserved in collections, arcades, somebody's basement that they just fixed up and threw that in there because they got a real good deal on Craigslist, that type of people. One has been sitting outside of a farm in Northern Ireland for ages, rusting away, Mother Nature taking a baseball bat to its ass. Oh yeah, this thing's just a hunk of crap at this point, but it's rare crap. It's like walking into a dog park and finding a golden turd where a dog literally just popped a squat. Yeah. So like something out of Stalker or a Simon Stalhag painting, though, according to the article from Kotaku. But Lee Peters, a member of a Facebook group dedicated to the R360, found the cabinet in 2020, but only recently returned for a second look and took the photos that you're seeing in the post. It was apparently the centerpiece of a nearby arcade in its prime. That's, I want to say, even more sadder than you think. Yeah. Apparently, though, it was shuffled off, though. Sorry about that. It was shuffled off to the farm for storage by its owner, who never came back to get it. Sort of like Seymour in that Futurama episode, Waiting for Fry to Return. This arcade waited for its owner to come back, sitting there, allowing Mother Nature to just do with it as she pleased. And it actually is kind of heartbreaking when you look at the pictures on here. I mean, it is rusted pretty well beyond repair. I mean, the components are shot. It looks like plants growing inside the electronic area. You have rust. The screen's just like completely destroyed. Oh man, this thing is just, it's in bad shape. I'm not gonna lie. But holy crap. Yeah, wow. It doesn't look like, though, there's much left to salvage, though. I mean, the joystick might still be good. That seems to be in pretty good shape, but yeah, it doesn't seem like they're going to be salvaging much from this, sadly, but maybe somebody out there will be able to fix it. Maybe this person might be able to drag it off the farm, and a group of them will come together and they will repair it, and they will make it better than new. I mean, you figure upgrade the graphics, give it some HD graphics, upgrade the system. Better yet, if you really want to take this thing and really preserve it and give it a whole new life, instead of the, rotting lawn ornament that it is now, they could put a ROM in it. I mean, if all the electronics in it are trash to begin with, the possibilities for this are endless. You could put in an HD screen, or even 3 HD screens, if you make them small enough or big enough, depending on how you do it. You could literally put in a ROM instead of the actual motherboard net that are in there, since that baby shot to hell and back again. You could put a ROM in and hook all that up. Literally make yourself one gigantic cockpit for like any, and I mean any fight, like any any fighter jet games, simulators, robot games that require like a cockpit view. I mean, literally, like I just said, the sky is the fucking limit on this. Especially one that's in this condition. I mean, sure, you would want to restore it back to its original condition, but let's face it, this thing has been rotting in a junkyard. It's been rotting in a damn farm. The screen's destroyed, so that's gone. You have to replace the screen. And I'm looking up the pictures here. The motherboard and the electronics are pretty much screwed 5 ways from Friday. The cabinet itself, the outside of it seems like it's in really good shape. The seat would probably have to be replaced, but then again, you could put like a really good gamer chair in there. That'll probably be fine. Like I said, make it better with HD monitor. You could easily pick up like 2 of those, like 2 or 3 of those real cheap on real cheap online and all that, or just get like some screens in that like old junk HD laptop screens and go check out the DIY Perks guy. He can show you how to repurpose those bad boys and remake this thing. I mean, honestly, as cool as it would be to see them restore this, in all honesty, I would literally just give this thing anything to make it, come back to life, rather than just what it was for. Since it only supported 2 games, I mean, you could fix up a couple extra joysticks, or get a couple extra joysticks, and better ones even at that. Because if I remember a lot of the fighter jet cockpit games you could play back in the 90s, the joysticks were crap. Get like some decent joysticks, and literally fix them up and just have it be that the joysticks are upgraded to like a newer model. Put like 2 of them in there, dual joystick in this thing, and boom. There's a lot you can do with this. Like I said, ROMs would be where I would start it off with. You could even just make it like, instead of it being just 2 similar games, you could have like a slew of games depending on the ROMs you put in here. I mean, you could put like emulators in here and have it be a cabinet that emulates. I mean, you're basically just giving the cabinet a whole new life, which first off, I guarantee you it'll be thankful for. But on top of that, you would be just being given it something cool to do instead of just rotting in a farm. It would actually look at this and go, thank you. It would probably thank you. Because it would find love. It would find attention. I mean, can you imagine the sorrow that this cabinet must have had? Realizing that nobody's ever going to play it again, and it just sat here in a farm. That's the part that bothers me. It sat in the farm. And it's sitting there like, I'll never get played again. Nobody will ever touch me again. And finally, this person comes along, and it's like, oh, hi. What do you want from me? And honestly, I'd be looking at this like, okay, how am I going to get this out of here? I would find a way to get it out of there. Literally get some people together. I mean, you're going to have to take all the electronics out of it. Those things are shot beyond repair. I can guarantee it. I don't think isopropyl alcohol is going to do squat to fix this. Like remove dirt and shit off of this. Brake cleaner maybe, but in all honesty, like I said, you would be better off just getting a better board. Basically, or even better yet, I mean, if you really want to go like a little extra way into this, just print your own PCB boards and make your own emulators off of it. Just like print your own PCBs, plug them bitches into this, and run like 4 different emulators that you like flip a switch. You could play like PlayStation 2 emulators. You could play like a lot of the PlayStation 2 games, or like really old school arcade games, like some Star Wars shit and stuff like that. Upgrade the graphics cards, which you figure would be easy. I mean, you'd basically be turning this thing into an overglorified gaming PC for emulation and stuff like that. But strictly emulation for like, fighter jet games or robot stuff, things like that. I mean, this would make a great game to play like, let's say like a Zoids game for the GameCube back in the day. This would make a great thing for that. You got like robot games, sort of like that one that was out for the Xbox, where it had like the huge. Sorry about that. I'm yawning a lot today. That game for the Xbox that had the entire like, console for the robot, and you had to like flip switches, turn knobs, flip dials, stuff like that to control everything. Something like this would work great for that, and have that be like an add-on that you could like, slot it in. It's like, okay, we're good to go, and then use that inside of this. Or, just like I said, just get a second joystick, build a better mount for it. You can upgrade the speakers, surround sound this bitch. Honestly, the possibilities for this are endless, and I would love to see what they do to it. I mean, somebody out there make a video on this, pop it up on YouTube. I'd love to see what happens. But holy crap, I mean, this thing I guarantee you it would love just being able to do anything again. Would probably be cool. I mean, you could even, like I said, make this into like an old retro game. Literally take like an old N64 or an old NES, I should say, and take it out of its, literally just take it right out of the N64 I keep thinking N64. I want to say Nintendo, the NES. Well, any of them, the NES, SNES, or the N64. Just take the components right out of the case, pop it into this in its own standalone section where it's like, oh look, cartridge games. You just like put the cartridge in, and you can just play the old school games right there. Be like, have like a label for N64, NES, and SNES, and just pop the cartridges in, and you can just play like the old school games inside of this massive cockpit. That would be cool. Like I said, the possibilities for this are honestly endless. And sure, you'd want to restore it, like I said, to its original components, but let's face it, this thing's trashed. The pictures are showing that. It's rough. This thing has had its fair share of beatdowns by Mother Nature. Just anything at this point, I think, would probably be a humongous thanks for it. It really would. But they're not lying. It would be one hell of a restoration project. But like I said, I wouldn't just make it a restoration. I would definitely take it one step further. Instead of it being a restoration, I would definitely go more the route of giving it a second life as something else. Like a similar gaming console, but not what it was originally. I would make it something much better, much more unique than what it was. But yeah, it's wow. This is impressive. I hope somebody does find a way to try to restore this, or at least improve it, make it better. I don't know. There is a video down here of you get to see one in all of its glory. It's up on YouTube. It's the Sega R360. Yeah, I definitely would say, beyond a doubt, this thing would need this thing needs to have some new love to it. Definitely some better. I mean, yeah, looking at this video, at least looking at the thumbnail, you could definitely get like 2 screens in here, depending on how like you fix up the internals. You could definitely get like a dual screen going on, maybe even 3 if you put one up top. It's like a 2 or 3 screen deal going on here. Have them all linked together as one massive screen, and holy crap, that would be huge. So you have like big screen to replace the smaller one. Get 2 joysticks instead of the 1. Give you like, real good control. Vibration seat, which you could easily get because there are gaming chairs that have that. Surround sound speakers, which honestly aren't that difficult to find. They're literally not. You can pull them up on eBay and Amazon. And a fresh coat of paint and a few other things. You could literally make this, you could give this old console a brand new, and I do mean a brand new chance at life. And it would probably go, holy crap, yeah, I think it would be on. I really do. But this is definitely a case of, I hope somebody does find a way to restore this. I hope somebody does bring this back to its glory, because it fucking needs it. I feel sorry for it that's been rotting in a farm for how many freaking years now. God, that's just horrifying to think about that. It really is. That is horrifying to think about it. That this thing's been sitting in a farm, just letting the elements go to town on it. That's horrible. It really is. That's just that's saddening. So, Pokemon had this humongous event the other day, and man, oh man. Well, here's the thing. I don't really know how to word this in a way that's going to really not make me sound like an insensitive asshole, but I'm not too pleased with this for some reason. So, set in the Sinnoh region of old, Pokemon Legends Arceus is a new approach to open-world Pokemon games coming to the good old Nintendo Switch early next year, in 2022. Provided Nintendo and their Switch still are around till then, that sounds kind of impressive. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, players will travel to the Sinnoh region, choose either Rowlet, Cyndaquil, or Oshawott as their partner. Let me say that again. Either Rowlet, Cyndaquil, or Oshawott. This game is set way back. Yeah. Way back in the day. Because your goal in this is to set out to fill the region's very first Pokedex. That's right. You're literally going out to fill up the very first Pokedex for the Sinnoh region in this. So this is taking place before any of the other games. So if you want to go like chronologically, since Pokemon Go can technically be thrown into this now since you can transfer the Pokemon over to home, so it's now a canon game. You would have this actually being between Go and Gen 1. I shit you not. So that's impressive. The mystery, though, there's a mystery to solve, though, involving the legendary Pokemon Arceus, as the title frickin' suggests. Players can catch monsters by throwing balls or engaging in battles, so it sounds sort of like evolutions of the Let's Go series in a way, according to the article here from Kotaku. But of course, it's developed by Game Freak. Pokemon Legends Arceus is due out in early 2022, and yeah. But there's more where that came from, for those of you out there wondering. People have been making, apparently, some assumptions that this game is looking a hell of a lot like Breath of the Wild. They're making, a lot of comparisons. So, during Nintendo's live stream, they all got their first look at Pokemon Legends Arceus, the new open-world Pokemon game. Almost instantly, though, after it was revealed, folks on the good old interweb here started beginning to make comparisons between it and Breath of the Wild. One particular screenshot in the trailer caught the eyes of many fans for how similar it looked to a famous moment from a Breath of the Wild trailer. So, Arceus is set way in the past, before any other Pokemon game, and is an open-world RPG. Featuring what appears to be new ways to catch wild Pokemon and a bigger world to explore. Oh boy. As we've seen over the last year, though, or so, some game developers have created games that seem inspired by Breath of the Wild, or just fucking clones. But of course, it's Nintendo. What do you expect? I mean, for Game Freak, after the disaster that was Pokemon Sword and Shield with, we're not using, sprites over again. That's why we couldn't have all 100, all the Pokemon in this. There's no national dex because we can't make brand new sprites for all of it. And then it's basically proven that they're reusing sprites anyway, which they swore up, down, left, and right they weren't doing, but fans proved them wrong, and I said that was going to happen. I said, watch, somebody's going to get that game, go home, dig through the source code, and bam, there it is. Not only did they find that the freaking models were the same, but fucking legendaries were in this thing. Yeah, because then they get released as DLC. This was all part of Game Freak and Nintendo's master plan to suck money out of your wallet and bank accounts, folks. But then we also got, what was it? We had the Let's Go games that came out before that. Then we had the DLCs then for Sword and Shield. The Isle of Armor and the Isle of whatever the hell it was. I know it's like Isle of Armor and something else. But we had those two. Then you have the new remakes for Diamond and Pearl. Was it Shining Diamond and Blazing Pearl or something? I think it's actually in here. Comparisons, blah, blah. Okay, it doesn't really say. I know there was like another one in here that we were getting. Now we're also getting a new Pokemon, here, down here at the bottom. We're also getting a new Pokemon Snap, which, honestly, that one sounds pretty good, because Snap was a standalone game that did really well for the N64 back in the day. That was a humongous impressive movement for it. But we also get, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl remakes coming late this year, with Pokemon Legends Arceus coming early next year. So, this is back to the whole Game Freak in there. We want to come out with a Pokemon game a year. Or in this case, it's a mainstream Pokemon game every 2 years and DLC every year. Which, okay, great. DLC every year. That's wonderful. Why? Why DLC every year? Why DLC in the first place? That's my thing with games, is that if it's a game and you're literally bringing DLC into this bullshit, that means that you had this planned for the game, but instead of, taking the extra time to add in the game and not giving a shit so much about, oh my god, we have to make the grass look good, You throw it in as DLC to make people pay for it when they already paid for the game, and they're literally having to pay the same price for the DLC then. Which is scummy. I hate that, first off. When you have to pay for DLC, that's pathetic. Because that puts people at a huge disadvantage that are like, well, I just want to play this. I paid for the game. This is my entire allowance money. I don't have the money for the DLC. Yeah, you don't. But they don't care. They want the money. If you're not going to pay it, somebody else will. It's scummy, it's horrible, but it's true. Still scummy and horrible, not going to lie. But yeah, so we're going to get this new game, Pokemon Legends Arceus. I mean, don't get me wrong, Sinnoh was a good region. Because this is all going to the Sinnoh. Because with Sinnoh, you had Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. I never played Platinum. I played Pearl. I had Pearl. And my beef with Pokemon Pearl is simply this. There was so much backtracking in that game. So much backtracking. You go to one spot. You have to go like 2 towns back to get the one item to advance the story for you to get to the next town. Hell, to actually beat the final gym leader, you have to find him, snap him out of his funk, then battle him, and if you're that lucky, then, and only then, can you proceed to the end of the game. Which at that point is, thank God it's over. I mean, I actually had to struggle against Cynthia the champion, which is fine. It actually was the only real challenge that I've ever had from a champion. But still, I was just like, what the hell? There was so much backtracking, so much annoyances in that game. Like, there's one area where you have to use the HMD fog. Why do I want to use the HMD fog? I don't want to use the HMD fog. Why is this area foggy? You get to travel up to the northern part in the snow. That's where literally one of the gyms are, but you have to get like 2 or 4 badges before you can even get there. Get several items. Then you have to backtrack all over the place to go to the 3 lakes to get the lake spirits. Find Polky and Doggia duking it out. Ugh, that was a massive pain in the ass. When I ended up getting a Game Shark, and I'm actually going to say this because this is how I actually managed to get some of the extra stuff in it. I literally just used the Game Shark to just cheat my way through, like, oh look, I want to take on Arceus. Okay, here's the cheat to activate the event. Well, I activated the event, saved the game. I took the Game Shark out. It still registers that the event was activated. So I caught a legitimate Arceus. The event was considered active. I got Shaman, Darkrai, Cresselia. There was a lot of them in that game. There was just so much, though, with that game that was weird. I mean, there was a Pokemon you could only catch on Fridays in one particular area and one spot by doing one thing on a Friday. On a Friday. Yeah. So that's fine. I want to go back to Sinnoh. Be my guest. So this is basically, you got, what's it? Shiny. I looked at it earlier. What's it? Brilliant Diamond. Yeah, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And you're getting Legends Arceus on top of this. So there are your 3 Sinnoh games all rolled into one. One's taking place in Sinnoh of old. It's an open world game, which, I'm not going to lie, what they need for Pokemon is RPG, but they need real-time RPG for Pokemon. I mean, like, to the point where you're literally logging, like, you're going onto it, and you're battling the Pokemon in real time. Think Pokken Tournament, but in a mainstream Pokemon game, where you can actually, like, use one of the 4 commands is one of your fucking moves. Like, oh, I want to use, Fire Spin or Flamethrower. That's one button. I want to use, Wing Attack. That's another button. And in battle, that's what's considered active. L and R, they block. The joystick moves your ass around. It's very simple. We need that for a Pokemon game more than anything else, but I'll take open world at this point. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. But I just don't know how to feel about this. This is basically, I want to say this seems more like Nintendo and or mostly Game Freak, just looking at this like, well, we really screwed up Sword and Shield, so let's try to make this one better. I can't wait to see the restrictional bullshit they got for these games now, where it's like, oh, well, you can only send over Sinnoh Pokemon. Only the Pokemon in the Sinnoh Dex will be allowed to enter this game. And that's basically a very small amount of Pokemon. Again! Or they'll pull some bullshit out of their ass of, oh, well, this and this are the only things that are allowed. And you have people with Pokemon Home that'll be like, well, I guess I can get ready to start transferring Pokemon over. But then, with this new Legends Arceus game, the 3 Pokemon that you get, first off, this is the part that this is what kind of bothered me a little bit more when I first saw this. So, you get Cyndaquil, that was a Johto starter. Oshawott, that's a Unova starter. And Rowlet. Now, if I remember correctly, wasn't Rowlet an Alolan starter? So, this means that these 3 Pokemon existed in this region, which then begs a massive question here that I think Game Freak did not realize when they put this out. And that question is, if these 3 Pokemon existed in this region, how come I can't transfer over Pokemon to, another region? Like the Galar region when it first started. Your bullshit, just keeps coming back to haunt you at this point. And that's what bothers me with this. It's like, oh, we're going back to the Sinnoh region. You can choose either Rowlet, Cyndaquil, or Oshawott as a starter. And you're going to be filling out the first ever Pokedex for the region. Cool! Which means that Oshawott, Cyndaquil, and Rowlet should now be part of this Pokedex. And that means that they're qualified now as Sinnoh Pokemon. So that means you're rewriting how the Sinnoh region was originally done. Because when you start Sinnoh, your 3 choices of Pokemon are, and I quote, what's it? Turtwig. It's Turtwig. Turtwig, Chimchar. What the hell was the third one? Oh god, it's gonna come to me. Come on, think, stupid thing. Oh, goddamn, what was the third starter? What was the third starter in Sinnoh? It was Turtwig was the grass one, Chimchar was the fire one. Was it Oshawott? No, Oshawott was Unova. Because my rival had Oshawott. What the hell was the freaking third one? God, I didn't even choose it. That's probably why I don't know it. I never choose the water starter. I never choose the water starter. What the hell was it? Oh, Piplup! Now I remember, Piplup. I know what would come to me. Piplup. I had to think there. Because you can get Empoleon. That's what it is. So, you're basically telling me then that those 3 Pokemon don't exist until you say it in the game that they exist. But then that means that they're not starters anymore, which means that they should exist throughout the game. So again, you're rewriting the history here. You're rewriting the basicness of Pokemon with this game, and I'm amazed that nobody out there called them on this yet. Think, people! Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott are the 3 Pokemon that you're going to choose to travel in this. So either you're coming from another region, which would make no sense, or these 3 Pokemon are officially part of this region and you're filling the first ever Pokedex. Now, if you're coming from another region, then which region are you coming from? Because Rowlet, if I remember right, was Alola. Oshawott is Unova. Cyndaquil is Johto. So are you coming from the Alolan region, the Johto region, or the Unova region? There opens up a whole new set of questions. And also, why not Kalos? Why Alola? Why Alola? What? What, were you not happy with your grass starter in XY and XYZ? Or, sorry, were you not happy with your starters in X and Y? I forgot there wasn't a Z. Are you not happy with your starters from there? Or better yet, why not Bulbasaur? Why not freaking Trico, for God's sake. Rowlet, Cyndaquil, Oshawott, and you have to be tasked with filling the region's first Pokedex. And this isn't going to open up continuity errors. How? No, seriously, I'll wait. Tell me how this is not going to make continuity errors. Because I see a lot of continuity errors in this. Literally, from that statement alone, I see a lot of continuity errors. This just bothers me more than I'm willing to say it should bother me. I know that a lot of people are going, oh, it looks like Breath of the Wild. But somehow, somebody just is not thinking like, well, wait a minute. This is really going to change up the entirety of Pokemon. The entirety of this. Because now it's like, wait a minute. So that means that none of the Pokemon in this were considered original starters. So these three came from other regions, which means that the other regions existed before this region did. So that means this region is one of the newer regions. And that means that we should basically be able to drag all of our other Pokemon into this region, since this Pokedex would be able to access them because you would have three Pokemon and their evolutions. Oshawott, Dewott, Samurott, Cyndaquil, Quilava, Typhlosion, and whatever the fuck it is Rowlet evolves into. I didn't like Alola, so I don't know. That opens up a crap ton of questions. And again, questions that will now probably never get answered because Game Freak open mouth insert foot. And they did a beautiful job of doing that too this time. They opened their mouth and they inserted their foot, and now it's bad. I got nothing. I got contempt for this, if anything. A Diamond Pearl remake, fine. We knew that was coming. We could all expect that. Legends Arceus? I'm a little skeptical now, but sure, whatever, what the hell. Whatever floats your boat at night, I guess. It's just... I don't know. Alright, everybody, and that's going to pretty much do it then this week for the Absolutely Completely Random podcast. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in for the last, I want to say, about an hour, a little over an hour. I'm not sure. I kind of lost track. But thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe underneath here, on the video. Subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell. Don't forget to check me out over on Twitter at Otaku Roads. That's at capital O-T-A-K-U, capital R-H-O-A-D-S. Over on Twitter. Check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. Check out my eBay page, ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Don't forget to submit your questions for hopefully the March Q&A. Certain events might be preventing that from happening. I don't know yet. God willing, it'll still happen. But submit your questions anyway for the next Q&A. I did not do one for February. I took the month off for February. So, yeah, submit your questions. I will put them into the collective that I have for it. Just don't forget to put parenthesis Q, ampersand A. That's capital Q. The little symbol above the 7 key. And the capital A, as well as parentheses outside of the Q and the A. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes, being your host here on the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. Feel free to check out some of my other videos, past podcast episodes. Been up for almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years in September. And until next time, I'm Andrew. I'm out of here. I'm going to sleep. I'm tired. Night, everybody. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and above all else, stay gold. I'm Andrew Rhodes, signing off. Bye, everybody.